Hi guys, it's been ages since I've been on, well, at least a week and a half. This YouTube thing, I don't know how you guys do it. Like, you pump out the videos. I'm impressed, and I know you all work, so I can't even use that excuse. I work, but only 3 days a week. So I'm on today to give you a little bit of a update on my progress, and two trains of thought here. I am interested to know how many people who are doing carnivore have about 20 kilos to lose. So currently that's right about where I am. I'm about 20 kilos down. So I've mentioned before, but a transition from keto, I'd done 3 years of keto and I'd lost probably about 15 kilos. And those last 5 kilos were just immovable, but very unbeknownst to me, I was doing dirty keto. Well, I knew I was doing dirty keto, but I just kind of didn't know how dirty I was doing it. And I was doing it pretty dirty. But I think for some people, and well, for me particularly, I can't speak for anybody else. Sorry, I've just had a haircut and my curls are sitting the wrong way. I needed to transition into the keto lifestyle gently because I was so sugar addicted and I didn't realize, so carb and sugar addicted. And if you'd said to me, would you like a plate of chips or a bowl of ice cream? I would have finished the chips first and then had the ice cream because I'm a savory eater. So I never really thought about the sugar aspect of it, but I was definitely a sugar addict. And that's why I couldn't go clean keto to start with. So 15 kilos down very slowly. I'm in my 50s. I put it down to that. Hit perimenopause right at the same time as the CVID happened. So the weight ballooned. I'd maintained a fairly reasonable weight through my 40s because I'd exercised a lot. I'd done my personal training license and was exercising pretty heavily. When I hit perimenopause, my energy levels crashed. The weight just went on. I had a bit of depression, blah, 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 blah. But I'm wondering, for those of you who don't have huge amounts to lose, like a lot of the people I follow on YouTube and Instagram have big amounts of weight to lose. And I know the more you have to lose, the more dramatic the result is initially. And then as you get closer to your goal weight, it slows down. And man, that is so frustrating. So frustrating. So started carnivore in January, well, end of December 27th of this year. So I'm 9 months in, and that last 5 kilos shifted actually really quickly. In about 4 months, that 5 kilos shifted, but I wasn't really taking any notice. I don't know why. I don't think I was weighing myself as much as I probably was when I was in my keto phase. And it shifted. And then when I hit my lower weight with carnivore, I got a bit relaxed. I was having a lot of cream, a lot of dairy. Still, I wasn't having sugars. I'd cut all my sweeteners out. I mean, I wasn't having sugars, but I'd cut all my sweeteners out because my taste for sweetness just went. So I didn't want sweet coffee. I've given up coffee. I now only drink decaf. I still drink herbal tea, but it's sugar-free. I just want to know how many of you out there have got that last little bit of weight, and how do you feel about being in the carnivore community? Do you feel like you're in it? I sort of do feel a bit like I'm on the fringe a little bit because it seems like I haven't had the hard work to do. Well, oh, poor me, I know. Because you guys have done some hard work. But man, that 5 kilos and that 20 kilos, it seems like a mountain to climb when it's so slow. Like 3 years is a long time to lose that 20 kilos. Some of you lose like 100 kilos in 6 months, which is incredible. I don't know how you do it. It's just amazing. And just so dramatic. And I guess you've all said, you know, you've got the weight to lose, and I guess that makes a difference. But I do kind of feel like I'm on the fringe a little bit because I didn't take any photos of me at my heaviest, but at my heaviest I was only sort of just under 80 kilos. So I'm 5'3", and what happens to me, and I know it happens to a lot of women, is my boobs ended up under here, which is not a good look, and I held all of my weight in my belly. But my arms are pretty slim. Like, my arms and my legs are pretty slim. So I kind of bluffed my way through. It was all that midsection. I'm real apple shaped. So my weight loss, people now say to me, after I've lost 20 kilos, I might add, oh my God, you've lost so much weight. But really, the first 10 kilos didn't make any difference because My shape hasn't really changed that much. I'm still carrying tummy weight. My bottom has disappeared, which makes the tummy weight look, even more accentuated, but hey, I'm okay with that. My boobs have now settled right back down to where they're supposed to be, a little bit lower, but hey, again, 53, I'm all right with that. But I do feel like, I hope I'm not coming across as a bit of a fraud in the carnivore community, because I do feel like this weight battle that we all have, it's the same for everyone, but sometimes it's more dramatic than it is for other people. And I have learned in this journey that I'm a moderator. I can moderate. I can go off plan for a day. I promised myself that if I have a special occasion, and I don't have lots of them, it's not like we go out to eat all the time. And when we do, I can really manage. I've been out today. I can really manage the carnivore lifestyle when I go out. And people always say to me, oh, I couldn't do carnivore because I eat out a lot. Everywhere's got steak. Today I took my own butter because I like a particular type of butter. So I took a container of butter and I took my Redmond sea salt, but I had a steak, a Scotch fillet, like a ribeye, which was delicious. So no problems with that. But I've had a few occasions, and I've spoken about them before, where people have invited me out for a meal and a degustation where you've got no choice of what comes and the portion sizes are like that. And so for the joy of having the company of that person and them enjoying taking me out, I go off plan for that meal. And I found carnivore so easy to get straight back on plan with my next meal. So that's how I know I'm a moderator, because it doesn't shake me to the core like I know it does for some people. Larry and Cassie have said that when they hit the wall of doom and then they did that, big period of but doing really well. And then that one occasion where they ordered pizza just sent them spiraling for 3 months. But I'm okay with that. I have been like that in the past with diets. I have been like that. But with carnivore, I'm just so able to get back on the horse and get straight back onto my carnivore way of eating. And I'm so grateful for that. But I feel a bit alone in the carnivore community, I suppose, because I'm in Australia and it's a big country and there's not tons of us. And I've made a few friends, which is lovely. Limitless Lindy, who's beautiful. She's in Melbourne. So I'm about 10 hours away, but we have that connection, that Australian connection. But I also think, I hope, like I said, people don't think I'm just easy. It's just easy for you. Because I guess it's easier than having 200 kilos to lose, but it's still taken me a long time. I sometimes still feel like I'm shoveling. And I got to the point where my weight was really nice and even. And then, like I said, got a bit complacent. The cream, I was having a lot of cream and a lot of cheese, more cheese than I normally would. And I hear everyone say, careful with the dairy, but I was like, nah, I'm fine with dairy. I don't have any problems, but I do have a problem with dairy. So although I can moderate it, when I start having it, I want more of it. I have to tell myself, no, you're not having that. And I can do that. So that's my version of moderation. But if I have it one day, I then allow myself to have it the next day because it is carnivore. But I know it does trigger those little, I want it again things, So I crept back up. I was at about 59 kilos. I crept back up to 61.6. And you kind of think, oh, that's only nearly 3 kilos. Meh, you're not big. It doesn't really matter. And that's kind of how I got to that place, because I was like, what's 100 grams? But if it's 100 grams every day or every other day, it doesn't take long to get right back to where you start. So I tried to work out what was going wrong. That's when I took out the cream. I took out the cheese. Did I take anything else out? I think that's it, because I was eating pretty clean carnivore. I do have the flavored elements. So I have the citrus flavor, and I have pineapple sodies, which is the Australian version of the same thing. And I really like them, and they are sweet, but that doesn't trigger me to want anything else sweet. That just kind of finishes my eating. I have that little fresh taste in my mouth, and I don't then have to seek out any more sugar tastes. So the thing that's really helped me in the last 2 weeks, because I was kind of wondering what was going on, why I couldn't shake this weight, because I didn't really seem to be eating any differently, but I was putting on weight. I have upped my fat intake, and dramatically upped my fat intake so that I'm 70-30 most days. And I didn't understand that until I got the Chronograph app on my phone, and it actually breaks down, and I was watching somebody's video, breaks down the wonderful, the ketogenic lady, I think, ketogenic woman. She's gorgeous. I love her. And she's now doing the carnivore diet. I don't know how long for. She cooks and she shows you, and she had a picture of her fat to protein breakdown. And I didn't understand. I thought, how am I going to eat 70% of my day fat? But the chronograph makes it really easy for you. So I can understand that a whole lot easier because it's there. You can just hit that little symbol on the top and it'll tell you your percentage of fat and your percentage of protein in a day. And I'm managing. I do have to eat more butter than I was eating. Some days I just don't get as much fat as I do protein, or I want that 70-30. Because I eat a lot of protein, I think I eat a lot of protein for me. And I was a bit worried about the whole gluconeogenesis thing for me, because traditionally my ketones are on the lower side of, I'm always in ketosis, but I would like great ketones, and I just get ketones. Again, feeling sorry for myself, but I'm just trying to walk you through this. So I'm trying to not eat quite as much protein and get more fat in. And so those days when I do need more fat, I will add butter and blue cheese. So that's the only cheese that I'm eating at the minute. And blue cheese is okay for me because there's such a strong flavor. And I really enjoy it, but I don't get the sense that I need to eat more of it. The cheese that I struggle with are Baby Bell cheeses and Tasty cheese. And there's a reason they call it Tasty cheese. And that is because it's tasty. Where Blue Vein cheese is really beautiful, but a little bit's enough. So I've added those things. Well, remarkably, for the week and a half, 2 weeks that I've been 70% fat, I've dropped back down to where I was, with no real changes. It's insane. So there's method to this kind of madness. And I know it's not for everyone. I know not everyone can do a high fat. Some people have to do a lower fat modified protein sparing thing. And it's different for everyone. So I think I'm that fortunate person that can eat high fat and it works for me. And I'm grateful for that. So tomorrow I'm going to get back on the scale. And I think in 2 weeks I've lost 2 kilos, which is bonkers. All because I've upped my fat. How does that happen? I don't know. I think about this, and I've spoken about this before. When you try and talk about the carnivore lifestyle to other people who aren't carnivore, you sound like a crazy person. You sound like a crazy person. When you say, I'm not eating any veg, no carbohydrates, no fruit, nothing, just meat, just fat, just animal products and fat. And they look at you like you're a crazy person. I was speaking to one of my neighbors today and she was like, oh my God, you look great. You're still doing your meat only thing. And I had actually some butter in my handbag because we were going to lunch. And I went, yeah, and fat. And I showed her my butter and she's like, I could eat that no trouble, but it would have to be on a baguette. And I thought, that's the problem, isn't it? We're so accustomed to carbohydrates with our fat because it's delicious. And I do sound like a crazy person, but I feel so good. The other thing I'm celebrating today is Larry and Cassie are on a 48-hour fast. And Larry did a video and just said, guys, if you want to do it with us, please feel free. And, I'm so feeling for those two right now. What they're going through, I think, is hardcore, and air pump for you guys. And so I thought, okay, I do a 16-hour fast every day, no trouble. I intermittent fast. Never in a month of Sundays. And I'm still a little bit buzzy, so my ketones must be high, even though I've now broken my fast. I decided to do a 24-hour fast. So I ate my last meal yesterday at 12:30. And the reason I decided to do a 24-hour fast is because I wasn't sure if I could do it. And also we had a family lunch. One of my aunts has come up from another state. So I knew, the whole family was there. I knew I was going to have to do this. So I thought, right, if I finish eating at 12:30 on Saturday, I can eat at 12:30 on Sunday. And that's 24 hours. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. I ate a big meal for lunch on Saturday. I was stuffed, which is, I think, what you've got to do. You've got to get that belly ready. And I wasn't going to put any pressure on myself because I've never done it. And I'm one of those people, when you're hungry, it's get out of the way because I need to eat. Even in the carnivore state, when I'm hungry, I need to eat. And so I didn't think I was going to be successful. But Larry and Cassie really inspired me to do it. And they're doing 48 hours, but I've never done it before. Guys, I did it. And if I hadn't had to go to this lunch today, I could have kept going. The weird thing is, somebody said to me, and I didn't believe them, your hunger doesn't get any worse. You are just hungry. And that's exactly what happened. Like, I got to the point where I was hungry, and I'm hungry now after I've eaten, the same level of hunger. I'm empty. Because I don't have carbohydrates in my system, I haven't got that whole hypoglycemic thing going on. I'm empty, I can feel hunger, but it did not get any worse. And actually by about 10 o'clock today, and I made sure, because I thought this morning I might struggle because it was that, you know, the short bit, not the bit that I'd slept through. I made sure I was busy. I had a shower, I did my hair, I did all that stuff. I went out, so I put some makeup on, and I had to go and feed my dad's dog and all that stuff. But I felt really good. I could have easily done at least the rest of the day. And I think had I got to the end of today and felt as good as I did then and do now, I would have just kept going. So I did it. I am thrilled. The one problem with fasting is nobody warned me about the explosive poop after you break your fast. And I was at a restaurant. So I did manage to go to the toilet, but I now know that if I'm going to fast again, and stupid me, the first thing I ate was some butter cubes. So that got the old intestines going. And then I had a steak, which was delicious, but had more butter cubes on that. And so the old intestines were ready and primed for action. And I went to the bathroom and I wasn't ready. You know, that's not something you want to be doing in a public toilet, but I had no choice. So very, very fortunately, there was nobody in the next stall, and the person who went into the toilet after me, I apologize. Cassie always says, I watched your video, Cassie, about the essentials that you need on a carnivore diet, and I was expecting them to be like food. No, it was poopery, you know, should always take that with me from now on. I take salt and I take my own butter. I'm going to take my poop drops next time because it's only the right thing to do. I actually didn't take my handbag in because I've always got perfume and I could have just, you know, freshened it up a little bit. So I apologize to that person. But I'm incredibly happy and I feel great. And I'm going to eat again today. I'm hungry. And I do feel like buzzy. When I'm buzzy and I haven't had any caffeine today, I'm caffeine free, I drink decaf coffee, I feel like I've had caffeine. I'm a bit wired, which is slightly worrying because I've been watching videos on cortisol and the effects of your adrenaline when your cortisol levels are high. And I don't know when you fast, I guess your cortisol levels are raised because it's a bit of a stressor for your body. But I just feel great. I feel like I could run a marathon. I probably should have done some exercise today, actually. And I haven't done any because we were going out. Because I know that to combat that high cortisol, if you exercise, you know, I could have done a sprint, you know, a Dr. Shawn O'Mara sprint or some push-ups and that would kind of negate that high cortisol. So this is what I would be like with caffeine. Like I talk fast and I'm like handsy, you know, all animated. Normally I'm much more relaxed than this, but I'm sure it's because my ketones are high and I don't have any ketone sticks. So I just wanted to say thanks to Larry and Cassie for inspiring me to do a fast, and you must be coming to the end of your fast and looking forward to your next meal. So I hope you really enjoy that. And I just wanted to pop in and say hi. I'm going to really try hard to do more videos and, you know, waste all your time with my nonsense. And hang in there, guys. If you are like me and you only had a small amount of weight to lose, please say hi, like and subscribe, as they say. I can never say that. Like and subscribe to my video so I don't feel like I'm on my own. Any of those people who've already subscribed to me, if you're in the same boat, pop a comment down. Let me know where you're at in your journey, if you found your weight loss hard. If you've had 10 kilos to lose, did that feel like 200? If you've had 200 kilos to lose, did that feel like super duper hard, or did it come off easy to start with? I really want to know. I really want to share your journey. And I'm finding out more and more because I'm adopting everyone in America that's carnivore. Kip is like my little brother now. I see Kip and I'm like, oh, hi Kip. Like, And Larry and Cassie, you know, I'm adopting you all. So I'm sorry you don't have any choice in the matter. I haven't seen too much of my friend Dawn. I must catch up with her. Dawn and Mike, I miss you guys. I know you guys have made so many videos and you're just doing your one video a week, but I do miss you. So that inspires me to try and make more so that you see my mug, my face. Anyway, I just thought I'd pop in, have a quick hello and tell you about my progress, and I'll speak to you all soon. Have a good week. Bye.